Hey, how you doing? Good. Yeah, it's kind of a kind of amazing, really. Hey, how you doing, Lucia? Welcome. So Monday, I got a call from my rep that was working with me, and she basically, I had done most of the work already. So, but she was able to get me to the finish line with the ad, and I was able to get it published Monday. And it was relatively easy. It took about 5 minutes. I mean, within hours, I started getting calls on my phone because we set it up so that people would call me or text me. And since yesterday, I've had 6 calls um, already, and the ad's just starting. Really, today, I've had 6 calls. I got one scheduled job Sunday already. Another one that looks really good. The guy was just needed to find out when he wants to do it, but he's pretty much committed to doing it on the phone. And then another guy, possibly on Friday. And I would have had one on Monday, the very first day, but it was a convertible. And the guy wanted me to come right away, and I wasn't prepared. I didn't, never done a convertible top, and I was not wanting to. I needed time to research that before I would. So I asked him if I could do it the next day, and I think he went was probably somebody that was able to do it same day. But convertibles, I found out, are a whole nother animal. There's literally, if you just wash it like you would a regular top, it's fine. You don't have to do the protectant and the canvas cleaning of it. Um, but if you do that, I found out it's a process where put you have to let it dry a couple hours before you put the stuff on it. Well, a mobile car wash, you couldn't do that. You're at somebody's house. So that's a So now I know for the future, if somebody says, "Hey, I got a convertible," I'm going to say, "Yeah, I can wash it, soap and water, and just rinse it off." But I can't do any other kind of cleaning of it. But anyway, but I would have had that one. So I mean, it's the the way it's going right now. I mean, my goal is to get 1 or 2 cars a day, and based on just what I know right now, and the ad is just beginning. It's only going to get better. I think I'm going to hit that goal. I really do. Um, so today I already got one. That's first. I would say the first official day of running the ad. Yeah, and my Yelp ad, believe it or not, it's not. I'm not running an official campaign, but my ad is still up, and I got a call today from Yelp, from somebody on Yelp, local, wanted me to do his car. I was on the phone with him. He's local he called me from a pizza place. He must own a pizza restaurant or something over here. And I thought I had him. And then he said, "Well, I got to call you back." And he never called me back. So I don't know if somebody else, but he didn't have the car was at his pizza place, so he didn't have a hose connection. So I said, "Well, you can bring it to my house because he's like 5 minutes away." He says, "Yeah, I could do that." So I mean, I could still get it. I mean, I don't know, whatever. But I'm just saying, you can see the potential and that was with Yelp. So my Yelp, somehow my Yelp ads are still running, and that's free. I'm not paying for that right now. So yeah, eventually I'll get the Yelp ad, ads going again with my Google ads, but I may not need Yelp. I mean, if Google keeps performing like this, I mean, literally now if I did do Yelp, that would give me the option to hire somebody, which would be incredible. Because if I hire somebody, I can do twice as many cars a day. And being it's a short season, I could hire a kid, somebody out here that I don't have to pay them, as much money, but yet it'd be a lot of money for them, and I would be able to, still make profit on whatever they wash, or if we just work together, whatever. But yeah, so if I did Yelp and I got, more than 2 cars a day, then yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that. I would love to have a business where I could hire somebody. But I mean, you don't want to put your chickens out there before they, before they hatch. Put the cart before the horse, or whatever proverbial pun you want to use. You have to be, as of right now, it's looking really good. And I got to thinking about it. The reason why, besides God, number one, I give God all the glory. But secondly, when you drill down at this, I'm advertising on a broad search campaign, which includes just a car wash. It includes words like interior detailing, mobile. So it gets real specific, this campaign, this target. And being that there's probably only about maybe 10, 15 total mobile, not car washes. That's more broader. There's hundreds, maybe thousands of car washes in the Metro Detroit area. There's only probably maybe 15 or 20 mobile car wash services in the area. So if you drill down, when Google's running my ads, they're running it as a mobile car wash because it's in my name. That means that my ads are going out to a specific audience of people that are looking for somebody to come to their home and clean their vehicle. They're not looking to go to a car wash. They want somebody to come to them. That is even better for me because there aren't a whole lot of competition for that. So when I get them on the phone, I can talk to them right away. I can give them an estimate, but I can also explain what I'm charging them for. And my prices they're low. I mean, literally, I'm going low to get the jobs because I feel like with volume, if I just got one a day, I would be fine with that. That would be incredible. If I get 2 a day, I'm going to hit all of my target goals, which is having enough money by the end of the season to not have to worry about the 4 months that I'm off. I'll have enough money in the bank, be able to weather that, but I'll be off at the holidays, which is the perfect time to be off. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all of that, and I'll be able to spend that time in my ministry. So that's my goal. That was my goal all along. And again, just from the very beginning of seeing what Google is producing for me, I can see that easily happening. Now, we'll see because there are other competition out there, but like I said, there's not that many that are actually doing mobile. That's a whole different animal because it's just not popular here. And I knew that. I knew that's why I would have a good chance of being successful. Besides the fact that God is blessing me, I knew He would because I have faith. I kept praying, and I know you guys have been praying. other people are praying. And I know God has a plan that involves me being able to not have to work a job where I don't have flexibility. You know what I mean? Like, this job gives me flexibility. If I don't want to work a day, I don't work. I'm my own boss. I have control over my schedule. If you work for somebody else, you don't have that. And my whole thing was, Lord, I want to serve you in ministry first, but I also need my bills paid, and I don't want to burden. I don't have a church body, or like in the past, I have been full time in ministry. It's not like I haven't been in ministry for years. I have had full time ministry where I was supported by church, family, and that. But I don't have that now, and so I don't want to burden people with giving me offerings, especially when I think that, yes, if people wanted to give, that's great, wonderful, but I think that's going to be more important down the line, especially when I start local ministry here, which is something that's coming. I really believe that as well. But see, right now, the challenge for me is having that night job, because even though it's just 3 hours a night, it's still a job that you have to go to every day. And it's that whole thing that just the time of night that it is, it's just very difficult to really do anything else. It's really weird. You wouldn't think that it would be, but like if it was at 8 o'clock in the morning and I was done at 11, that would be a different thing. I'd still have all day. But at 9 o'clock at night, you know how it is. See, yeah, your night shift. Night is different because all day long you're kind of anticipating that you have to go to work. And so even though, like I said, it's not that many hours a night, and it's kind of after, you would eat your dinner or whatever, and then, but it's something that needs to. So if everything goes, and again, at all, everything, I'm believing God that this is His will. It will continue to grow each and every day. But if it does, then I'm back on my schedule of 2 weeks from now. Probably, I'll know in a week. I'll be able to gauge in a week how I'm going to do, because I can't imagine that if people are seeing my ads on Google, they're seeing them. They're seeing me online. No, I mean, they don't have day shifts in this job because it's janitorial, so it's usually, unless the ones that are day shifts, they already have those shifts filled because everybody wants them. I don't want to do this type of work anymore. Period. It's not even a matter of could I change the shift. It's a matter of I don't feel it's God's will anymore. You see what I'm saying? I want to pour all of my energy and effort into my business, because that would make more sense. If I'm making more money, obviously, in my business, then going to a 3 hour job at night would only be getting in the way of that. You see what I'm saying? Because there's absolutely zero future in what I'm doing at night. It was only a temporary job in the first place until I got something better. And I knew all along, I think probably since November, that as soon as the weather got nice, I was going to start my business. And I did plan, prepared, I love it. I mean, it's a great job. It's what I've learned by watching videos and then taking that and actually applying it in real time in doing people's cars. What I'm learning, it's just fascinating to me because I didn't realize there was that much involved in what I'm doing. Now there are people that do more detailed detailing than me, but not as a mobile service. Like if I had a shop, and maybe someday I'll have a brick and mortar, I'll have a shop. I don't. I would always think I would have a mobile car wash because I think that's. I've always had that idea, but the people that they take the wheels off, they clean every aspect. I'm not going to do that. I'm not taking seats out. I mean, that's not the type of detailing I do. So there's certain things, that I won't do. But what I can do with what skills I have and tools that I have, and that it's good. It's people seem to be satisfied, happy. Most people can't believe it. They're like, "Wow." And I'm not bragging on myself because that would not be good, but I'm just saying to God be the glory because not only is he blessing me, but I'm getting, I'm charging people low. And when people see the time and effort I put in it, they give me more money than, than what I'm charging them. They're tipping me. So, and they can't believe it. They're saying stuff like, wow, my car hasn't looked this good since I drove out of the showroom. Now, yeah, that's a good feeling. It makes me feel good. I'm glad. I'm glad I do a good job. I'm glad I can do something. It's satisfying. It's satisfying work. But I see so much in this. I honestly believe that I want to have, and this is only my first year of doing this business. If I continue it in the next year, it's even going to be better because I've already got right here. I'll show you this. This is my just a short contact list. These are all lifetime customers. They told me that they're going to call me back at the end of the season and that into the fall I'm going to do winterizations, get their car ready for winter, wax it and stuff. That's where I make the real money because that's more you know it's not just interior work. That's out. That's where you do a lot of stuff for the paint to protect the car from winter. Because up here, just like you guys get winter, might not be as bad further south you go. But anyway, my goal is to have a small team of people. Maybe start out with one person, and then maybe next year, if God blesses me in that way. And again, I'm just saying what my goals are. Whether I hit them or not, that's one thing. But I would like to have one person that I could hire, give somebody a job, somebody that could really help me, and then they could take and do cars on their own, you know, and then I would get you know, a part of every car. I would get, obviously it's my business, so I would get a kickback on every car they do. So that would be great. But then it would also give them a job and so on. And then that's what this kid did. I told you, his story is amazing. He was 15 years old when he started detailing cars, but he lives in California where they do it 12 months out of the year. And he started out with one truck or whatever, one car, and then he uh, he advertised like me, and he started getting so many jobs that he hired another person and trained them, and then they started getting jobs. He was getting paid on all of them. He now has, he's like 22 now. He's a millionaire, and he's got I think 15 vans that go all over, and he doesn't even wash cars anymore. He just runs the business. Well, yeah, that's my goal. That's my. You know, so you, I watch his videos. This kid, because he does like now he just does like shows you how to detail cars or how to get started in the business. And I watched a few of his videos. I don't like his videos as much as some of the other people I watched, but he's good. But the thing that's cool about it is every person that's done this business that I have watched on video or that I have seen, they're all and it's not about money for me. I'm not driven by money. That's the thing. I mean, yeah, money is great. I like the fact that I could have a business that I don't have to, get out and physically do all the work because I'm not getting any younger, and if I can get to a point where I can run the business part of it, because I'm really good at that. I'm good at talking to people. I did sales for years, and that's why when I'm on the phone with people, I can pretty much that part of it comes natural to me in getting people to trust me, and then win their trust. And once I get there and I do their car, it's all good. I feel like the guy and out up there in yeah. Oh, I could sell ice to an Eskimo. That would be hard. No, I mean, but it's not just the sales part of it, right? It's the overall. When I'm there, I'm talking to the person. I'm friendly with them, and it's just natural. I'm not doing it to, I'm not trying to win more money from them or whatever. But and even this is my objective is if I can have money coming in where I don't have to worry about it, and I'm hiring people, so I'm providing jobs for people, which is awesome. And then on top of that, I'm able to just be in the ministry full time, and I don't have to depend on anything but God and the monies that He's blessed me with to be able to do this business. And that to me is the goal, because eventually, if I have residual income from it, I don't like, again, that puts me in a position to be able to do whatever God wants me to do, because it takes money. It takes money to, one of the things that I would like to do is have a center, a building where we could, you know, a central point of meeting, and but I don't have the vision to be like a church, traditional church pastor. I really want it to be an evangelism outreach, and what he's been speaking to me about, and more it's just getting confirmed. And what I was talking about last week was Jesusconnect is all about connecting people to Jesus. That's why we started it, right? I mean, that was the whole purpose of it, and it's still why we're online. And if I can do that on some level locally, like start a localized version of it, and a Hope Connect, the whole idea, like I said, I talked about it, and then reaching men, and I say men, but again, we're not excluding women, but it's teenagers, it's everybody, but especially you know the prophecy about reaching men. I was walking today with my dog. We went. There's this. I don't know if you were a part of my ministry, Caleb, when I was doing Prayer Hill like videos and stuff. This was quite a few years ago. It might have been before I got on Rabbit. I'm not sure because my timeline now. I have a real shaky timeline of my past. But anyway, there is this where I walk my dog. It's called Pontiac Lake, and there's the lake. It's a state park. It's tons of acres. It's woods, and there's a hiking trail that goes 2 miles from the beach to the campground. I never gone the whole 2 miles, but it's up hills and it goes all around, and it's pretty narrow in some places, and it's very shady. But I quit walking there anyway. Let me just I'm kind of but there was a I didn't realize how far it was into the trail, but as you walk through this real narrow passageway, so to speak, it comes out to an opening, and then up on the right there's a hill. It's like a high point, and you can climb it. And when you're up there, you can see like all over the town where I live in. You can just see it. It's pretty high up. And I used to go up there and pray. And I made some videos. I called it Prayer Hill. I made a few videos. I don't even know where they are now, if I even still have them. It was probably, I don't know, it might have been 2014 or something like that. But it was a long time ago. Anyway, we were going to go to Prayer Hill, me and the dog. The first time I took him there, now this was like 3 years ago. So this was or 2 years ago because I've only had him 2 years. We were going to go to Prayer Hill, so we did, and I didn't realize how far it was in there today because I was trying to get there, and I realized, wow, it must be a good mile into the trail, and I didn't want to go that far, and but the first time I took my dog up there, we were coming down the hill, and he got loose on me because I fell, and when I fell, he took off, and I just got the dog. And I mean, there's miles and miles of just nothing but woods. And I was worried that he was just going to take off and I would never see him again. And I saw him I got down the hill and I seen him. He was in the trail and he had stopped. And I just laid down like I was hurt. And he ran up to me. And I was able to grab the leash. And that was my experience with going there with him. And I was able to get him back and everything was fine. But we never went back in there ever since then until today. Today we walked in there. And as I was walking, there was a guy ahead of me. He was a young man. He just looked like he had a backpack. He looked like he might have been homeless or something. I'm not sure. But he was walking ahead of me. And, sometimes you get in those woods and it's a little scary. And I didn't have any mace or anything, so I was really not, and even for animals, you might come across something. So I really didn't want to get too far in, and he had stopped. There's a bike trail that goes this way, and the walking trail goes this way. And he had stopped, and he was, I think he's smoking a cigarette or something. So I walked past him and I said, "How you doing?" He didn't say anything. And I was going to talk to him about the Lord, but I just prayed about it. And me and the dog kept walking, and I was going to try to get to the hill. Well, it just kept going and going. I'm like, we got to get back. So I turned around, and he was coming towards us, and I didn't feel any danger from him. So I just kind of he didn't seem like he wanted to talk or be engaging. So when I was done, I prayed. I said, Lord, just touch that man, and I prayed, and I just felt like the Lord, really was. I don't know if I missed that opportunity, if I should have tried to talk to him, or if. I'm telling you, it was just in the moment. I just didn't feel like there was any way of. And plus, my dog it's really hard to talk to people with him because he gets, especially with men, certain men, he just barks at them. I don't know if he gets like where he feels like he's trying to protect me or what, but sometimes it kind of makes it hard. But anyway, I did pray for the man. I don't know if he's what his situation was, but I just feel like there's a lot of things God wants to do, and we just have to keep praying. And God's doing a work. He's building something. He's building something here. This ministry, it may not be a big ministry right now. We've been bigger. We've had more people. But there's something that's happening underneath, you know, that you feel it, you sense it. There's something that's happening even in Discord. I can feel it. You go to the prayer request channel and you see people in there that we don't even know responding to things. We got to keep Zane. We need to make sure that we're talking to him every day. If you guys can remember to shoot him a message, he needs encouragement. And sometimes I forget, Lord knows I got a million things on my plate, and I know y'all do. So it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But we need to try as much as we can to keep that kid, to keep him, invite him to these meetings when we can, and try. And it's again, I'm asking for help because my brain sometimes just right now is full. But we really need to try because he is God is ministering to him through this ministry. And if that's all we did was touch one young person for Christ in that way, I would say that's a success, wouldn't you? If one person, just one, when we started this, me and Andrew had this saying: if one person got saved, all the work, and we spent months before we launched. We spent a half a year. Well, I don't know if it was a half a year, but I mean, when we got the call from the Lord to do this, it was in 2012, and we didn't launch it until 2013. We spent most of the summer talking about it, praying about it, and then in the fall, and then it was in April 2013 that we started it. But we said all the prayers, all the effort would be worth it if one person got saved. And the very first person we chatted with online got saved. So I said, well, I guess we're all done then because we already fulfilled all of our. No, we fulfilled all of our goals. One person got saved already. And then we knew God was in it and we knew that he had something. And I mean, look, I could write a book and should write a book because I know I'm biased because I love this ministry. But I honestly would say this if it wasn't my ministry. I think Jesusconnect is like one of the best kept secrets out there because a lot of people don't know about it. Unfortunately, I wish more people did. I wish more people supported it, even in my family. Sometimes they come to things. I mean, early on, I tried to get my family, and to some degree they did, especially when Andrew was involved in it. Then my other sister would come, And then we changed so many things along the way. I think that people just got like, I guess I'll just wait and see. And I understand that. I get it. We have changed a lot of things over the years, but we were trying to find the best platform, the best way to do it. But I think that when you're seeing God do things, and we've been asking Him to do those things, and He's starting to do it, that we really need to do all we can, you know, to help it grow and continue to do what we can do. Only God can give the increase. We know that. We've talked about that scripture. We can water, we can sow, but only God brings the increase. And He's doing that little by little. Again, we're starting to see it. So, once we have everything is working together, God's plan. What is the scripture, Caleb? You know it. All things work together for, I bet you know it. Good. To those that, to those that, I bet you know the rest. That's true. Well, what you said was true, but that's not the verse though. But that's still true though. Those who love Him, yes, and are called according to His purpose. All things work together for good to those that love Him. Man, we should claim that for this summer. That should be our summer verse because God is working this, and we're all a part of it. We're all a part of this, and the things that He's doing, and again, everything has to be in its proper order. So we'll just continue to pray and see how things go. If the business continues to grow to this degree, which I believe it will, it won't be long. I'm ready. I'm ready to just be done with this night job so I can be every day just work my business, and then at night I want to be continue to come on here and be freed up to do it and be able to pour into this ministry the time that it needs. And I got some ideas I think we can implement right away. And so I'm looking, as if I was to say a timeline, we're still early June. So I'm looking like in the month of July to really start focusing more on this ministry and Discord. And I just don't want to lose the people that we are getting because inactivity is the death of any ministry. And like I said, one of the things probably next week, my timeline in my head is to is to start a posting challenge on Discord, which means make it like a game, which people like games, but make it like, okay, I want you to post today's challenges, like it'd be like a challenge every day. Today's challenge is to post your favorite verse or a verse that really means a lot to you, and you post it. See what that does is it opens up communication line. It opens up a challenge. Now, guess what? People that will see that will want to post something, right? So if we do that, what are we doing? We're engaging people. We're keeping people now. We're giving them some, instead of random posting, we're going to do challenges, and we're going to start it next week. And so one day it might be a verse, and then one day it might just be something like, hey, we're going to do a game today. Like, we're going to post 4th of July. Let's just say it's the 4th of July coming up, and I want everybody to post your favorite fireworks video, a meme or GIF or a YouTube, whatever. And then whoever wins wins. We'll make it fun. If we do that, I guarantee you, it'll increase our activity on the site 100%. Because right now we're at 0%. So if one person responded, it would be 100%. Well, like I said, if we could easily triple it, right? If people came to one of our whatever this is, our live streams, our meetings, whatever you want to call it, I think they would be surprised that it's different than just what people normally expect, because we do a lot of fun things. We talk about a lot of different subjects. We can get serious, as serious can be for God, but at the same time we can have fun, we can laugh. We don't take ourselves too seriously, because that would be dumb to do that. But we have a lot of little things that we do on here just because we've been doing it for so many years, and it's just who we are. It's not hard to do that when that's just what we're about. I don't know if you remember that post that I did where I said we're all a bunch of nuts. They had some squirrels in it. But but it's like a show where you don't expect it to be good, and then when you watch it, you're like, wow, that was pretty good. It surprised me how good it was. I think that's kind of though, because we've been doing this for a long time. When we're on Rabbit Chat, we kind of, I think that's where we really started. I can't believe it's already almost 8 o'clock. My goodness, time flies. That's why I got to get rid of this night job. God, I pray in Jesus' name. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Lord, 2 weeks. I want to be done with it. I can almost quit now. I mean, really, seriously. But I just feel like I got to have at least a good week of solid jobs coming in, and then I'll be like, no problem, Lord, I'm going to quit. And I believe He will honor that. All right, but the what I don't know, just what we do here when we were on Rabbit, we sort of perfected in the sense using video and media to drive home the messages. And I think that that is what really propelled us in being a ministry that was actually using media, in Giphy files and short clips. We were doing that way before TikTok. And we just didn't have TikToks. We didn't have that as our idea, or we'd be billionaires. Darn, we missed that one. Oh, wow. But really, seriously though, before TikTok, we were already doing this stuff. We were on Tiny Chat back in the day when that was the only real. It's too bad Tiny Chat never really grew more than it did, because it was really the first real group video chat. Well, no, Yahoo was actually Yahoo had it before then, but anyway, I don't want to get into all that. But the point I'm making is sharing the gospel, preaching the word, and having tools like this. To me, it makes it more exciting and more fun, and I think it touches young people in a way that nothing else does. And that's why I think they like coming on here. When they do find their way here, they enjoy it. I mean, you can't fake it. They enjoy it because we're having fun, because they're entering in. And it's like the little sense of humor things that we do. Nobody else would understand it but us. But if you come into our services for a while, you'll get to understand. And it didn't take Zane long to get involved in it. He was posting like crazy that one night. But we just need more opportunities to touch lives, and that's it. And I want to keep going with it because I enjoy it. I know you. I think you guys enjoy it as well. The kind of ministry that we do here, and we need a night like this to talk about these things, because I want you guys to, be. It's too bad Game Warrior. I don't know. Like I said, we just need to keep him in prayer. I really believe he's struggling, and he probably just doesn't want to talk about it, and that's fine. But just keep him in prayer. That's our brother. He's a part of our team, and he will. He'll be back. He'll be fine. We're praying for him. We're believing God for him. But yeah, we just need to keep that going. But so anyway, I gotta head out because I gotta go to that stupid job. I don't I don't want to go to. Oh yeah, I really do need to go because I gotta get air in my stupid tire. A lot of stupid things tonight. Stupid tire, stupid air, and I gotta get gas. So I better get off of here. All right, you guys keep me in prayer. I'll keep you in prayer, and keep that prayer room. Keep. I know you guys are. Keep answering those prayers in there and engaging in that. And we'll see you guys Thursday night. God bless. Have a good one.